UFC Fight Night, Rozenstruik versus Gaziev. Here's my predictions.
I see my haters proud of me now. When I'm around, it's all smiles. I took over my whole town.
The UFC just keeps rolling along as we got this fight night. It's a pretty good fight night in my opinion. Some guys on the prelims for this fight. We have Javid Bassaret, one of 5 undefeated fighters on this card. We have Eric, your boy, Anders on this card. And we have Christian Leroy Duncan on this card also. Pretty good prelims in my opinion. Here is my picks for the rest of the prelims. Fire. Kicking off the main card, we have Matt Snell versus Steve E. Craig. Probably said his last name wrong. Yeah, Matt Snell, his last fight was in 2022 when he got KO versus Mateus Nicolau. It's been a while. Ring rust is a real thing in my opinion. E. Craig is coming into this fight on a 2-fight win streak, both by unanimous decision. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't know too much about these fighters. I have watched Matt Snell get knocked out a couple times in some of my other videos and lead up to my videos. So with that being said, I watched one of E. Craig's fight and he looked like he can go for a long time. He looks like he's a very, very, very good fighter to pressure somebody and take it to the distance. But with that being said, I think I am going to take Steve E. Craig to get the victory by decision and keep that streak alive. Next up, we have the undefeated Umar Nurmagomedov versus, I don't know how to say that. I'm not going to try to say that. But he is the #1 fighter coming out of Kazakhstan. I probably butchered that name, but it's the same place where Shavkat Rakhmonov's from. So if he's anything like Shavkat, Umar got a battle on his hands, and I can't wait to see that fight. But with that being said, I feel like Umar, when he's in the octagon, he's a really, really good fighter. We just have to get him there. And I feel like Umar takes this fight by 3rd round knockout. Following them, we have Alex Perez versus Muhammad Mokaev. Fun fight, real fun fight. I mean, Alex Perez has had terrible luck trying to get fights. So this is always a fun thing when you get somebody like that into the octagon and see what they still have it inside of their bodies and when it comes to fighting. Alex Perez's last 2 opponents has been champions. So I guess that shows you how much the UFC values that man as a fighter. He did lose his title shot to Deiveson Figueiredo pretty quickly. And he also lost to the current champ and Alexander Pantoja. So he seems like a pretty solid guy for Mokaev to try to put on a really, really good performance against. This is also a pretty big jump for Mokaev, who last fight was Tim Elliott. Now he's fighting somebody whose last 2 fights have been championship caliber fights. So Mokaev has a really, really big chance here. If he's able to finish this man, Alex Perez, in an impressive fashion, he maybe can skip the line versus Brandon Royval. It's yet to be seen, but Brandon Royval is more than likely next for Pantoja at the moment. But you don't know, you never know with the UFC. An impressive performance can go a long way within the UFC brass, and I think that he does have an impressive performance versus Alex Perez. Mokaev, he's just really well-rounded, and I don't see where Alex Perez can go in this fight to have an advantage. So with that being said, I'm taking Mokaev by 2nd round submission.
Red leg in there, look at it.
Now Mokaev trying to turn the tide on Filio.
30 seconds.
In the co-main event of the night, fight I am most looking forward to, we have Tyson Pedro versus Victor Petrino. Petrino is coming into this fight on a 2-fight finishing streak, while Tyson Pedro is also coming off of a knockout of his very own. Somebody's going to bed. That fight's not going the distance. I can book that right now, guaranteed. There's no way. I don't see either fighter taking a backward step, so that probably means somebody's going to sleep in the 1st round. And with that being said, I do not think it's going to be Victor. Victor in the light heavyweight division is going to be a problem going into next year and the end of this year. If he can get in the octagon 2 more times after this fight, we got a contender. We got a serious contender at 205. He got the power, he got the grappling, he got the wrestling. What more can you ask for at 205 at the moment? How do y'all see this fight going? Let me know. I'm taking Victor. First round knockout.
Petrino was successful, had a lot of control time.
I love what you're seeing Petrino do. Nasty one shot.
The main event of the night, we have Jorginho Biggie Boy Rozenstruik versus Shamil Gaziev. Fun fight, real fun fight. How Rozenstruik keeps getting these main events, I have no idea, but he does. And with that being said, Rozenstruik has fought everything you can in the heavyweight division, from a pure grappler in Yan Almeida to a powerful puncher in Francis Ngannou. I mean, powerful puncher. I mean, look at how he hit him. Yeah, Shamil Gaziev, his story is kind of unheard of. He went from fighting on the prelims, not just fighting on the prelims, the opening fight of the prelims, the very first fight of the night, to main event Apex in a fight. Like, he had his first fight, that was the first fight on prelims. Now he's the main event of an Apex card. An Apex card that's not shit. So, yeah, take that how you want. This fight's not going the distance either. I don't think I don't know. They might have the gas tank for it, but they both hit extremely hard for either one of them men to make it 25 minutes. With that being said, I think the UFC might have struck some gold in Shamil Gaziev. I think he gets the finish over Biggie Boy. I think he breaks into top 15. I think he breaks into contendership by the end of the year. How do y'all see this fight going? Let me know.
He could have found the door out many times, and he's covering up, trying to survive. Oh, nice hook to the body.
Gaziev is committed to the body all night, and that'll do it. Shamil Gaziev, the first to finish.
Yeah, some storylines going into this fight night. We have Umar Nurmagomedov, who dropped a really powerful spot against Corey Sandhagen in UFC Nashville. Whenever he dropped out, it was a main event of that card. Missed opportunity for him, but this prospect that he is fighting gets a really big chance on the main card to prove his worth to the UFC. Mokaev has a chance to leapfrog Brandon Royval with a very impressive performance. I think he knows that. I think he's going to push the gas on the fight and try to get an impressive finish. The light heavyweight fight, somebody's going to have a really big boost coming out of that fight and have a really good chance to have a really good rest of the 2024 campaign in the UFC. And obviously in the heavyweight fight, the main event, you get perks of being the main event and winning decisively in the UFC. Let me know y'all thoughts, who y'all got in this fight night card. I feel pretty solid. I feel pretty solid about my picks. I like it. I like it a lot. But like always, be good people. Peace.